Today I will be talking about homeownership in my town. I live in Hemet, California, and we have a low median income level here. I will be discussing an idea on how to make homeownership more likely for families that live within our median income level. The goal is to help them become homeowners. Being a homeowner has long been a part of the American dream. Homeowners are statistically happier with their overall life than non-homeowners. According to an article by Roe Van Zandt and McCarthy, interest in homeownership among Americans has been justified by claims that it confers benefits to both individuals and to the society as a whole, including good citizens, stable neighborhoods, and strong communities. They also mention that homeowners have a higher self-esteem and look towards a successful future. Homeownership has its advantages over renting as well. As a homeowner, you will be able to build equity, which means as you pay down the balance on your mortgage and your home goes up in value, you will be making that difference as pure profit. Also, you will not have to answer to a landlord. You can decorate and paint any way you want, as well as make changes to the house or landscaping. You will also get a yearly tax benefit and a fixed rate mortgage. Unlike rent, it will never go up. In Hemet, we have a median income level per household of $33,932, which is the lowest average for our county, according to bestplaces.net. Hemet's current rental rate is also above 40%, which tells me that people are not able to qualify for a mortgage and to be able to purchase a home of their own. One of the biggest issues here is that socioeconomic status of Hemet and families not being able to qualify for a mortgage is bad for the community as a whole. When families cannot qualify for a decent mortgage, it leads to low-income housing, lower rates of happiness, and growth of bad neighborhoods. According to ScienceDirect.com, living with persistent poverty is toxic for one's physical health. This study examines socioeconomic status, income, neighborhood disadvantage, and poverty-related stress as predictors of a wide range of psychological problems, including anxiety, depression, aggression, relationship problems, physical problems, and trouble with the law. To sum up the problem, the low median income level does not allow people to qualify for a decent mortgage. At approximately the $34,000 a year, a family can qualify for a mortgage of only about $134,000 at most. At this point in Hemet, if you do a search on the MLS, you might find 1 to 2 houses that are active in that price range, and it's hard to find those that don't need the work to come up to HUD standards. So what happens when they go shopping is there's just nothing for them. They get discouraged and they stop looking, and they, go back to accepting rent as a fact and a way of life, which is what we don't want. We want to help everybody be able to purchase a home and have stability for themselves and their families. For instance, this is one of the houses that popped up that was active. It's one of only 2, and this one has the 2 bedrooms and 2 baths. This one was at $125. It did need some repairs. I'm not sure if it will actually be able to go HUD. More than likely, this one will go cash, just because of the work. So HUD sets the standards. So what they do is when you go into escrow at the purchase price, they send out the appraiser, and the appraiser sets not just the price of the house and what they'll allow a loan for the house to go at. They also come out and they check the conditions, and some of the stuff they have to check for is anything on the property, like any sinkholes, wells, right-of-ways, stuff like that. And then inside the house, the appraiser has to check for any cracks in the floors, walls, any water damage on the walls, any mold, and it's fairly typical in a house over 10 years old to find cracks in either the floor, tile, walls, and that's a red mark for them. They also have to be pest-free. In Hemet, we have to have a termite report with each contract that goes through now, and it has to be clear. They also check for any plumbing or electrical problems, and the heating and air conditioner has to work as well. Sometimes that's not a standard for all cities, but because it's so hot here, the air conditioner has to work prior to close of escrow for us, for HUD. And of course, one of the last big ones is roof damage. So that puts a lot of the older houses out right away, because a lot of the homes here in Hemet are 30 to 40 years old and do have some roof repairs that need to be done. So until we could solve this problem of finding homes that are around the 134 for the median income level that people can purchase and become homeowners in, this problem needs to be solved, and this will make, you know, families happier, the community more desirable, bring up more pride in the community. So what I think we need is a city program. I think the way it should work is you can go find a house, say a fixer-upper, something around 100,000, hopefully with the 2 bedrooms, 2 baths. You can write the contract that 100,000 is going towards the purchase price, and then you're going to bring in a contractor to bring it up to HUD standards. And then when you submit the contract, you'd have to have a licensed contractor go bid the work. You would submit that with the contract, so your mortgage would be back up to the 134 because you'd be paying for the fixings. And then the contractor could go in there, bring it up to standard. Then the appraiser can come in, check it, make sure it's up to HUD standards. The city would pay the contractor to make sure they're paid prior to close of escrow. And then the home would be free to close as long as all those HUD standards were met. And in doing this, you're giving work to the contractors of the city. You're helping homes become better and more lendable, and then that's going to raise home ownership rates and just help the community as a whole. 40% rental rate is just too high. We need more homeowners, more pride in the community, because the community has gone downhill for about the last 20 years. And the idea is to bring it back to what it was, you know, a quiet, quaint community where people were happy and it looked nice and clean. So we want to help Hemet become what it can be and what it has been in the past. So hopefully with the city program, it will bring in a win for everybody, and we can start progressively going in the right direction once again.